Hello guys, welcome to another video where we talk about everything building stronger bonds. If you have not yet checked out my website, it's in the description below. You can go ahead and do so. I am your certified relationship coach, otherwise known as Coach Sue. I do offer couple individual coaching as well as group coaching. Now, today we're going to talk about a very, very important topic. Why is intimacy important? Now, a lot of people might say, I know what intimacy is. Like, we have intimacy, and some will say, what is that? What is that? But today we're here to discuss, to have that discussion. So stay tuned as we unravel or unfold and dive deeper. Okay, so we're going to look at a few types of intimacy. We're going to look at physical, emotional, experiential, spiritual, and intellectual. So we're going to go into a discussion about what does these mean, or what does these represent, or do I have these in my relationship? Am I expressing these? Am I receiving these? So that is what we're here to do. We're going to dive a little bit deeper. Now, the word intimacy is derived from the Latin word that means intimus. And what it means is inner or innermost. And what intimacy does, it allows for each other to bond. And so let us first look at physical intimacy. Now, most of the time when you hear the word physical intimacy, the first thing that comes to your mind is intercourse. Now, intercourse is not the only way of expressing physical intimacy. We have hug, kissing, touching, anything that is physical that involves the connection of the skin of the body. That's physical intimacy. Cuddling, skin to skin touching, being close to someone, leaning onto someone, all of those are physical intimacy. And what physical intimacy does, it helps your spouse to feel close, it helps your spouse to feel safe, and it helps your spouse to feel confident and comfortable, knowing that they have a supportive partner that is supporting their needs. So this is the first physical intimacy that we have explored. The next one we're going to look at is emotional intimacy. Emotional intimacy, it's very important in a relationship. And emotional intimacy is the ability to share your deepest feeling, your deepest thoughts with someone without feel that you're being judged or you're being criticized. And so emotional intimacy open that safe space for you to be vulnerable. In other words, to be vulnerable. So you're comfortable sharing your most deepest thoughts, your most deepest secrets, anything that is really personal to you. You are very comfortable sharing that with your partner. When you have emotional intimacy will help you to bond closer with your spouse, right? It gives you that safe space. And so when you're in that safe space, it's like you always want to be around that person because you just feel really safe. Not only that, you're open and willing to share just about everything with that person because you feel very safe knowing that if you should open up like that person has your best interest at heart. These are some of the things that we want to take into consideration, or that we want to be intentional about because we want working on our relationship. And so some persons might say, well, I'm not comfortable sharing my deepest thoughts. I am not comfortable sharing this, or I am not comfortable sharing that. Now, our resistance to these can cause a problem when it comes to building intimacy in our relationship. And because we're creating stronger bonds over here, I will implore you, my couples, to try these strategies and to implore these advice that are being offered over here and see if it makes a difference. For example, if you are not a person who is physical or has not been engaging, our couple who has not been engaging in physical intimacy, other apart from intercourse, because we all want having the intercourse, but there are other steps or there are other things that we can do to also build intimacy when we're not engaged into the intercourse. So we spoke about physical, we spoke about emotional. I am gonna ask to take this advice and try. Nothing worse a trial than a failure. You gotta try. If you're not engaging in these things or have never tried or are resistant, because I know sometimes we have our past that affects our future. But since we're no longer living in the past and we're moving forward in our future, we're open-minded, and we're willing to try to get us from that rut hole where we're so stuck in that place. We're willing to try. We are willing to take the first step or to take the first initiative to make sure that we are building together. Well, let us look at another one, intellectual intimacy. Now, intellectual intimacy is the ability to share thoughts, ideas, questions without feeling judged or without feeling a sense of belittlement. It allows you to bond on a more reasoning level or a more intellectual level. So, not that I have to agree with everything that you say, but just the space, the space that is created for two individuals to share their thoughts, share their ideas, and the ability to be heard, to be listened to when you're sharing your thoughts and ideas without being judged. It allows you to challenge each other. And so that builds a level of intimacy, that you feel that you are with someone who appreciates and value you as a person, value your ideas and your thoughts. Experiential intimacy. Now, experiential intimacy is enjoying doing things together, shared experience, activities, going places, doing things together. That intimacy can create a bond where you feel that you have a partner in life. You have a partner in life to share in the things that you like and to participate and engage in the things that you like. No, I am not telling you that if you do not like soccer or you do not like other sporting activity, that because your spouse like it means that, oh, I am obliged or I am obligated to like it because my spouse like it. I am not saying that. What I am saying, being involved in these experiences with another partner or with your spouse builds that type of intimacy, because then it allows your partner to feel appreciated and that you value what matters to them. Taking trips together, doing hobbies together, singing together, reading together. There are so many things that you can do together, play games together. So when you share in these experiences, it builds a bond. I am not saying that you need to be joined by the hip people. I'm not saying that. But I am saying engaging in these activities together helps to build experiential intimacy and also lead to creating a stronger bond. And the final one that we're going to look at is spiritual intimacy. Now, spiritual intimacy is the ability to share beliefs, religious beliefs and practices together. Not only share, but to participate and to be a part of it together. That enhances your intimacy, because then your belief system is aligned with my belief system, and because they're aligned, we are able to share our experiences, we can share our thoughts, and that helps to build a stronger bond or helps to build intimacy between partners. All right, so we have looked at 5 types of intimacy: physical, emotional, intellectual, experiential, and spiritual intimacy. Now, if any of these are missing, your assignment is to work on it. Your assignment is to get up and do something active. Remember, relationships are work, people. Work. You just cannot sit down and expect to have a great relationship. It doesn't work like that. As a matter of fact, everything in life is work. If you need food to eat, you gotta work. If you need somewhere to live, you have to do something. And so relationships should not be treated less. That because we put effort in a lot of things. So I am imploring you to put the additional effort, to put the work in so we can get the results that we need, and to stay stable, to stay happy, and to always be growing. So I'm going to ask you to take these steps in mind, go through them. You can rewatch the video, go through them, and see where you can improve. There's always room for improvements in relationship. Always room for improvement. And if you and your spouse are dedicated to working on things that will help to increase intimacy, build stronger bond, then you should take that necessary step. Let's talk about some of the hindrance to experience intimacy. Stress, which a lot of us experience. The world is stressed. Communication, past trauma experience. Sometimes we do have that, and it's something that is very difficult to get over. And so these become a barrier or hindrance from us experience the intimacy that we need. And so these are some of the hindrance that prevent us from experience this intimacy. So my advice will be to help reduce these factors. Help take the necessary step to help reduce these factors, and so that we can have better intimacy with our partner. Now, what are some of the impact of intimacy? Well, better relationship, better health. Yeah, better health. Increased sexual desire. Yeah, better connection, better relationship. These are some of the things that we will experience when we have intimacy in our relationship. And of course, listen, who want to be living here being stressed out and just having a lot of issues? It's just hard when you have a lot of issues in your relationship. It takes away from your intimacy. It takes a lot from you. These things take a lot from. It's like draining. It drains you, and so you can't give. You can't offer. You have nothing. You're drained to the end. And so I'm going to ask that you take the necessary step. Take a step back and see, how can I improve my intimacy? If you work too much, because some of us work so much, like we're always working. You need time off to build intimacy with your partner. Go on vacation. Do you know you can take a day off? Time off, vacation time. And some people just do not stop. There's no pause. That's not a way to live a healthy life, especially if you have kids too, because you cannot give to anyone what you don't have. Remember, you cannot give to anyone what you don't have. And so you need to take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of your emotional well-being. Take care of how you feel or of how you want to feel. Rest. Healthy eating. A day off from work, time off. We need to take a stop, take a step. Sometimes just take a day off to bond with your partner. And you can take a day and engage in some of these intimacy that we discuss. Physical, emotional, spend time together and building a stronger bond. So now that we have gone through the different types of intimacy, I am imploring you to challenge yourself. And take these steps to make sure that you are feeding into yourself, you're feeding into your partner, and you're making yourself a better person. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will take something from this. Try and take something from it. Search really hard. If you can't find anything, search deep really hard and take something from this. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, you have been so great. I hope to see you next time on my next video. If you have not yet watched the video about the relationship assessment scale, please go ahead, take the assessment, evaluate yourself, and then come back to this video and see some of the things that you can, or some of the steps that you can take to get your relationship to where you want it. Thank you guys for watching, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.
Like, comment, and subscribe.